JoJo's is, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the greatest ongoing series ever. I think we can all agree just its major cultural impact it's had over the last 40 years now that's been going. I won't pretend for a second like I actually read any of the manga. I'm an anime only, but that's kind of what I'm here to talk about today. The JoJo anime just finished with Stone Ocean, and honestly I really liked it. I had low expectations. I really did not like the first two parts of Stone Ocean. I thought part 2 was extremely slow, and I thought part 1 was just boring. Even though I really did like Jolene as a character, I really didn't like characters like Weather Report, and I just wasn't seeing enough Jotaro for me to like the part. I thought Pucci was a weak villain and was just another Dio meat rider, and I really didn't care much for it. But by the third part, they correct all those problems. They give character development to every single one of the main cast. Jotaro comes back. Pucci is actually revealed to be more than just a Dio dick rider. He actually does something with his incredible stands. Even though part 4 does have some of the most overly complicated stands, I think.
The inside of your mouth, which you had to open in order to take a breath. The hypothalamus, which happens to be above the roof of the mouth, is also connected to nerves in the eye. With your hypothalamus now damaged, I made it so you would keep seeing me in places when I'm not even there anymore.
I was still able to enjoy it. And I don't really like complicated stands. That's part of what ruined part 6 for me, is because at the end it was just too hard to follow. There's a whole thing with Requiem, and I just never understood what King Crimson could do. I was always told it just works.
It works. It just works.
That fight is why I don't like part 6.
You what?
And the characters, but that's a different matter.
Don't let it happen again.
I won't pretend for a second like I'm in any place to discuss women's rights and their representation in movies and films, but I think Stone Ocean does a pretty good job at having a good female protagonist without making that a plot point. Now, me personally, if I was writing Stone Ocean, I would have changed up the ending a bit, but that's just me. I did like the ending, even though it was probably the most complicated ending in the entire show. I think it was kind of fitting considering this part was supposed to be the grand finale of JoJo's. I really don't mind, but I still think it was kind of crazy. The ending's all about relative theological time and the way that the Big Bang happened. It has something to do with Einstein's theory of relativity and particle acceleration. But in a nutshell, Pucci reset the world because of how fast he sped things up, and it was kind of crazy, but I really did enjoy it. Personally, if I was writing it, I think that I would incorporate the other remaining 2 Joestars, Josuke and Giorno. I'd bring them back to have the whole Joestar bloodline fight against Pucci, and I think that would be a cooler ending, but honestly I don't mind, because at the end of the day it's not about all the Joestars combined, it's about the remaining Joestars. That was part of Pucci's main intentions, because not only did he want to restart the world in order to create heaven, he wanted to get back at the Joestars. He wanted revenge on them more than anything. Obviously the future of JoJo's as a series is set. There's still 2 more parts, and there's another one coming out in this newly found Reset universe, so it should be pretty cool. I know everybody loves to suck off Steel Ball Run, and honestly I'm pretty excited for it, but if it's not this god tier JoJo part like everybody says it is, I'm about to kick some Redditor's ass. Every part has had a very good villain. Obviously in the first one we had the vampire, the Pillar Men, the vampire again, but with a stand this time. We had the handjob serial killer, the mafia boss. But this part I didn't really like at first because the priest was cool, and don't get me wrong, I liked Pucci's motives, but he was just meat riding Dio for the first 2 parts, and he wasn't really that original. I do like his 2 stands though, and the way he uses them. He's very menacing, but he became his own character at the end, and that's what made me really turn around on this. Another thing to love about Stone Ocean is that it kept everything canon along with resetting the universe, allowing for a completely new timeline of JoJo's to exist. And I think that's an awesome way to end the series. One more thing to mention is I really do love hearing Roundabout one last time at the end. It really does make you appreciate how much effort was put into this anime as a whole from the creators. Besides Iraqi doing all the story work, they really did try their hardest to keep continuity and references between the parts to each other, and I really do appreciate that. And I think Roundabout is a good reminder that they still remember their first part.
Bitch, I wake up, no silence. Fresh as fuck, I put it on, no up, I did this shit.